and to all the beauties out there. And of course, I would like to first give my sincere thanks to Mike for giving us this time to hear what is really the vision that he saw in Atomy since the beginning, and now his experience of building his success here in Atomy. Of course, and would like also to acknowledge Walter. Good to see you, brother. And thank you for joining us as well today. And who else do we have in here? Of course, the lovely ladies from Team Paris, Netherlands, for us. And for all of you in here too that join us for today, I know this will be a huge, huge opening of inspiring moment for us. I've known Mike for more than 3 years now. I met him first in our Success Academy in May. That was May, the first Success Academy that I attended way back on 2019. And I just forgot to show the picture in here. I was looking for that earlier, right, left and right. And the caption of the picture is the handsome man. So, yes, since then, we built this kinds of journey for us, and I am so proud and lucky to be part and to meet Mike here in my journey in Atomy. And I cannot, you know, forget the first sales master that I challenged a sales master, and Mike was there for me to give me a hand, give me a support. So, of all the journeys, short journeys, we would say, and all of you in here in attendance, I am sure you will also think about this after a year, 2 years right now. What is your journey to be in Atomy? And we can also learn from Mike. How did he build his vision in Atomy? Without further ado, I will give the floor to Mike to give us all this inspiring and motivating journey that he has, his story in Atomy. So join me to give a big, big hand and applause to Mike. And thank you so much, brother, for accepting my invitation for you for today. Thank you in advance.
Thank you so much, John. Thanks again, Arjoyce, for inviting me, allowing me to share my journey, which is I'm pretty nervous. This is the first time I share to the European team, right? So it is a privilege for me to share my own journey, and hopefully you got all inspired and motivated, and not trying to brag my achievements, but trying to show you that this business is real, ladies and gentlemen, right? So if you really think that you really want to do Atomy as your full-time, do it. If you really think that you want to do this as the part-time, do it as well. Because I myself, like Jonathan, we are part-timer, correct, right? When I met John about 3.5 years ago, I was similar like him, right? We just hated MLM. We don't trust with the network marketing business, but because of the product that we trusted, and John and I built this business together. I remember we were just only apart like a few weeks or a month when I challenged and he challenged Sales Master, and we were on the stage, I think, together there. So without further ado, allow me to share my presentation. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. So today I will be talking about my journey to success. Why did I highlight the word journey? Because success is not a destination. I'm sure you all have heard that so many times. Success is actually a journey, right? Because every day should be your success. You shouldn't wait until you become Diamond Master, Sharon Rose Master, then you call yourself a success. But you should be calling yourself a success when you achieve your daily targets, weekly targets, monthly targets. Then when you are being promoted into sales master, diamond master, all the way until imperial master, you are actually being recognized by the audience or by the global, right? So journey is actually, it is really fun. Don't take it like for granted that, oh, I'm here because of somebody registered me or somebody forced me to do the Atomy business, or they dragged me into the system. But no. Remember, your success is dependent on yourself. It's not dependent on your upline, your sponsors, even your downlines, right? It is through yourself. In the beginning, when I met Atomy, it was actually in August 2018. And I didn't join Atomy because of the business. We were both making a good amount of income, decent income, right? We pay our bills, we have our house, we have our home, our car, right? So we didn't really needed extra income at that time. So my wife really crazy about the Atomy product. So a friend of us came to our house and we had dinner. After the dinner, he went back to the car and bring boxes of Korean products. And as all you know, that those are Atomy products. Because my wife has been using this herbal product for so many years, and even we are not in Atomy, we always went to the herbal store, natural store. We bought the products from there. But as you know, usually expensive, more expensive than you are going to a regular supermarket. So long story short, my wife bought about $100 worth of products, and then she tried it. I tried it, the shampoo, the evening care. We all loved it. And I thought she stopped. She wouldn't buy anymore, right? So she asked me to keep purchasing every couple of days. Can you order this? Can you order that? I want to try this, try that. And in the end, I said, okay, enough. Because this is MLM. I wasn't interested in, supporting the business. Yes, we're supporting our friend who introduced the Atomy to us. But one purchase, I think, is more than enough. Don't try to purchase more and more. They're going to be rich, the company, right? So long story short, I actually wanted to return the evening care because I thought it was expensive, because I didn't, man, right? We just pay our bills. We didn't check what our wives buying, right? They buy skincare. We just pay the bills. So I was thinking, okay, which one's the most expensive? Okay, the evening care was like $40 Canadian. Then I told her that, okay, this set is quite expensive. Can you return it? And she said, Mike, okay, if you don't like it, okay, we return it. And we went to the center, and we actually met our beautiful Korean upline, Airi Jong, as all you know already, right? She's also our amazing upline. And I met her, and then instead of returning our products, she asked me so many questions. And then, why did you return? And we made up a story that, oh, we had like a small Bristol after using we made up the story. Just want to return the money. And Ari gave us like a facial, especially gave me a facial. And then after she pulled out that peel of mask, I was amazed of how clean my skin ever looked after so many 40 years, right? Never looked that clean. So I thought to myself, okay, usually when we did this kind of facial, usually it costs us around $100 to $150. Okay, we'll take it home. And then my wife scolded me, Mike, you're too cheap, right? Usually my skincare, a bottle costs me at least $100. And if I buy at least 4 bottles, 6 bottles, that's at least like $400 to $600. Atomy set is only like $40 for the cleanser, and usually I bought the Japanese foam cleanser is like $70. We spend so much money. Oh, really? I didn't know, right? That's man. So we try to blame our wives, right? So okay, if you said good quality and good price, okay, let me look into the business. So I was invited into the first seminar, which is on September 2018. I was invited by Ari to attend the one-day seminar. And I believe, I haven't met John here, but I believe I met all the amazing partners, uplines, not my partners, my uplines. And I actually sat at the very front of the seminar to get the table. I want to really hear about this business opportunity. But what really struck me is when I attended the October 2018, the first Success Academy that I attended in Toronto. And I was actually asked by Ari, Mike, do you want to speak in front of the audience on the stage? Ari, you know me, I'm shy. I am not able to speak even in front of my family. Forget about the audience, right? I couldn't even speak in front of 5 people. But Mike, if you want to become a leader, you have to be able to speak in front of the audience, and this could be your marketing tool. You can promote this to your group, to your family, friend, whatever it is. Tell the people about your business. Okay, about the marketing side, okay, that's fine, but let me work on my courage. Give me time to say yes, right? Eventually, I say yes to her. Okay, then I stood up there. For 5 minutes, it felt like 5 hours. I was trembling, I was nervous, I forget what my lines were, but I gave everything I had because I know that this is my business. Nobody pushed me toward my success. I had to push forward toward my own success. So that first Success Academy is my change. So it really changed me everything, right? First, I was writing my life scenario, which I was blank. I don't know what to write it. And I just write, oh, I want to become a Pro Master next year. I want to earn 100,000 a month, like funny stuff like that, which is unattainable, is not relatable, right? So that's okay. You write your life scenario because it is a must. Once I write my life scenario, then I know where I am going in the 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. So that's like a blueprint, right? And then I created all my lost dreams. I remember when I was younger, I always wanted to have my own business, but when you're in the foreign country, it's not easy because you only have a limited amount of money that you brought from the back home, right? So you couldn't, invest in the just open a business. It's not like back home. Back home you can have open another business, close, open another one, but not in Canada. So I lost all those dreams until I were in Atomy. Then when I was in Atomy, I write all my dreams and I put it into my life scenario. Then I created goals because dreams without goals, they'll be just dreams, right? So you need to create goals. So instead of like a long-term goals, you have short-term goals. Like I said, you have a daily goals, weekly goals. Those are the goals that I was creating. And then I was deciding to myself that I will become sales master. I actually spoke on the stage that I said, the next time I'm on the stage, I will be a sales master already. That was my determined goal. Then also, I said to myself that I wanted to become a good leader, right? A good leader, at least I want to become a good partner for my uplines, right? And before I had my members, I want to become a good leader for my uplines. So that was my first goal, that I want to become a good business partner for my upline and then become a good leader for my uplines. But of course, any kind of journey, there's always challenges. It is not a smooth ride that everyone thinks of. In Atomy, it will be up and down. I joined Atomy not because of the money, but I saw the vision that Indonesian market is going to open in 2 months, which is in October 2018. So I already planned everything very perfectly. Even the lineage is perfectly balanced, thinking of that I would have become a sales master when the Indonesian market opened. So I was so confident that right away when Indonesian market opened, I will right away become a sales master. That was my goal. But what happened was there was no result, no PVs. All the members are joining. I think over 400 people joining in Indonesia, but nobody purchases as I was expecting, right? I was expecting 2.5 million from my Indonesian side, 2.5 million from Canadian side. I'll become a sales master, right? But no result. It was only like close to 300,000, not even one general commission. I was so down. There's no business partners. I thought I would have business partners everywhere, but none, never. Then I almost gave up. I think it was in December. I thought that, oh, I work so hard. Like when I said I work hard, I work at least 8 to 10 hours every day. I call people after a long drive. I used to live very, very far, 4 hours driving round trip every day. 8 hours of working, maybe 1 hour's running around, and that's like 14 hours outside. After I got home, I still have to prep the dinner and then clean up. After everyone is asleep, then that is my Atomy time until like 2, 3 o'clock, sometimes 4 o'clock in the morning, every day for 3 months. Then I said, there's no result. Then I almost gave up. But I remember when I gave up, then I wouldn't achieve all my dreams, right? Remember, I wrote all my dreams in the life scenario books. Those will be dreams. So I didn't give up. Then this is my comeback. After that incident that I wanted to give up, and I decided to myself, I still remember that in October, I said to myself that I will have become a sales master. So in May, I actually achieved the sales master, and I worked really hard with all my consumers, auto consumers, members. I pushed them, hey, you better buy. If you still like me, you better buy this period, right? Everyone loves me. Then I achieved that sales master. Then I gave I was invited by Enemy Canada to give the sales master speech in November 2019. And I think this is where I met John. And I was giving the speech that I gave thanks to my Lord Jesus, my wife, my son, all my sponsor leaders, and my business partners worldwide, right? And then in August 2019, I was invited by Atomy Indonesia and to share a live scenario in front of 1,000 people. There was even more people there in Indonesia, but I forced myself to stand up on the stage to give the live scenario of mine, and then it was an amazing experience. And then what happened was I kept plugging to the system. Any seminar, any Success Academy, any Zoom meeting that my upline sponsor gave it to me, I always attended. I never missed any single of them. I always attend no matter what, unless I was in the hospital, which I wasn't, then I had to attend, right? So I attended all the success system, doesn't matter. Long, far, close, usually there's no close one. Usually it's about an hour and a half. I drove back. Right, I push all through the snowstorm, storm, thunderstorm, all the storm. I always push then to get into the seminar success system. And then my comeback was I kept sharing the good news. It means wherever I go, I always tell the good news about Atomy. And this was just one of my sharing to strangers, which happened to become one of my leaders right now. Is a sales master, and we all keep doing the same thing. We kept sharing the good news, and even after the church service, I didn't just mingle with all my friends, but instead I go around delivering the products. All these consumer, they don't want to purchase themselves. I delivering all the products, making sure they love the Atomy products. That is my every week activity. Then the growth is I help all my partners to have the facial gathering, because without the facial gathering, of course, they're not gonna know what's the Atomy product quality is like, right? So every weekend I always go with all my partners to give all these gatherings. And the year 2020, as all you know, this is the best year of all time, right? In January, I was attending the Atomy Fusion. It was the Toronto Success Center, and I was there with John. John gave like the compensation plan. I was giving the fusion. I was so excited that I even tell myself that I wanted it to become a Diamond Master in April 2020. But what happened was the bad news, right? The COVID-19 pandemic. In March, Canada, the whole country, locked down. There's no business can open unless it's essential. It means Atomy cannot have any offline meeting anymore because it is not essential. And of course, there's no one-day seminar anymore from the company. There's no Success Academy provided by the company. And there's no center meeting as well. As you know, without this, the success system, how can we grow? So the plan to become a Diamond Master on that year was crumbled, like playing that Jenga, and everything just crumbled. I thought to myself, okay, there's no way this year I would become a Diamond Master. But what happened during the pandemic in 2020, the company switched everything to online one-day seminar, online Success Academy. Usually the Korean Success Academy, we were not able to watch them live because first, it's in Korea, it's not being live streamed, and it's not in English, right? But ever since the pandemic, all this being translated to more than 10 languages. I was so amazed by how amazing this company is. Everything is switched to online just like a flick of finger. And the center meetings also switched to Zoom meetings. So I tell all my partners that these are the success system right now in the pandemic. You like it or not, we're not able to meet up like before. I wouldn't be able to help you with the gatherings, the facial gathering, whatever the gatherings. We have to do this with online. Then what happened in the midst of the pandemic in March? 2 new sales master. I was so amazed. I thought there won't be any sales master. Everyone is tightening their belt, right? Because everything is going crazy, people not sure about their future, all the sales are coming down. This is the beauty of the Atomy business. Atomy business is not related to the recession. It's not related to what's happening to the economy because our product are daily necessities. People who lost their job, they still have to brush their teeth. If women, they still have to use their skincare. Maybe they even use more during the interview. So our product is actually selling themselves without even we have to push hard, right? And then in August, another two new sales master popping up without without any planning, right? And then in December, another two new sales master happening. And then automatically, when you have two on its leg, then you become a diamond master. So in December 2020, I was promoted becoming a diamond master without even any plannings. And I was so amazed by how the system of Atomy works. And 2021, last year, these are all my achievements. Again, I humbly said this is not trying to brag, but I'm trying to show you that this is our business. This is our Atomy business, right? And it is really happening that this will happen to me. It will happen to every one of you as well. So in May 2021, I actually created my own program because I have my Atomy International YouTube channels. So I created a program called One-on-One Global Leader Interview. So in May 2021, I invited all these amazing global leaders who already succeeded into the program. I interviewed them about 45 minutes to an hour just to get a sense and then try to learn about how they can become so successful, and I can share it to the global Atomian. So I did this for probably like almost 6-7 months. And also in July 2021, out of surprise, I was entered into the global Auto Sales Master Club. This is what we call in Canada before is a VIP club. It means once you achieve your Auto Sales Master, you can repeat it 12 times in 12 months, then you will get this pin, right? So it is the recognition from the company that you have achieved your Auto Sales Master 12 times, just like Arjoyce, right? This time she has that pin. So this is the same like what happened to me in July. In August 2021, I opened another program on my Atomy International YouTube channel. It is called My Atomy Story, but it is in Indonesian. So I invited all the amazing Indonesian leader who really successful into the program. I invite them to do the interview, to learn about the strategy, how they managed to become so successful in this short period. And in September 2021, with the global leaders that I interviewed, I actually gathered 6 of them, and we had a combined business class together. I also invited the guest speaker, like a Star Master Rebecca Wong from Canada, Sharon Rose Master James Sang from Singapore, and also Royal Master Jason Shim, the one who got promoted to Crown Master recently from USA. So I work with the other amazing 5 global leaders, Diamond Master Ju Armstrong from Australia, Sharon Rose Master Israel Kim from USA, and Sharon Rose Master S. Silly from Canada, Sharon Rose Master JC Kapunian from Malaysia, and Sharon Rose Master Sherry Lee from USA. We're not on the same line. We are all different line. But this is the beauty of Atomy. We need to work with our sibling lines because their success is your success, right? Don't even think that you are the only one in Atomy, because when your mindset is like that, you don't want to work with other lineages, then of course, it will not be your success. That's what happened to our Imperial Master number 2, right? That's what he says. Your sibling success is your success. It wasn't me, it was his. In October 2021, and I was promoted again as a Sharon Rose Master, and I was working amazingly with all my amazing business partners and leaders. There were like 4 new Diamond Master, and I think I worked with another 17 Sales Master. Everyone achieved their mastership together. This is amazing beauty in Atomy's success system. When a leader succeeds, it doesn't mean that you succeeded alone. There are over at least 30-40 leaders, partners that are also achieving their success, and also hundreds of members under them achieving general commission. So in the Atomy, we are trying to bless as many people as possible, not like other company. When you succeed, pretty much you succeeded alone because you took the money, they took the hurt. But in Atomy, everyone took the blessing. It's just like the blessing giver, right? So that is the beauty of our Atomy system. And in November 2021, I actually created a program also named Global Vision Meetings. So this is only like a closed group meetings with all the 6 leaders that I already said about the business class. So we had this together every week. Then we share the vision to all our members. And this year, 2022, which is still ongoing, and in January 2022, I actually made the same vision meeting, but this is in Indonesian, and I gathered around 8 Indonesian leader. It used to be 9, but one of them had to pull out. Yeah, this is 9. So I gathered with 9 Indonesian leader. Then we had this vision meeting every week with them, with all our members. And also this year in April, there's 1 new Diamond Master happening, and then another 2 new Sales Master. That's the beauty of success in Atomy. So what is the secret to success in Atomy? You know, if you succeeded alone in Atomy, it's not fun, right? But you want your partner success more than yourself, because your partner success is your success. So how do you get your partner success? First, you need to get them understand the company motto. Cherish the spirit, create the vision, follow the faith, serve in humility. You just need to understand fully, not just to say it, but you need to be able to present it. If people ask you, why is the first one is cherish the spirit? You have to know, right? How come the last one is serving with humility? You have to know how to explain about that. So company motto is very important. That is very first one that really attract me into this business. The second one, the 8 step to success, because in anything there are steps, right? You're making a cake, you bake a cake, there's a step, right? You have to put the dough, you have to probably filter the dough and put the sugar, and then put the butter, whatever it is, sugar, and then you bake it, right? So same thing in success. You need to know what is the first one. Create your dream, commitment, contact list, right? And then you invite them, show the plan, and you follow up with all the one that you already prospected, and then you consult with your uplines, with your leaders, and then you duplicate. This is the 8 step to success that you really understand. When I say this, it's not about you really know what is the 8 step to success, but you really have to master it until you are able to give a presentation to your own members. Then you will have your partner success. Then life scenario. Again, this is so important. I couldn't stress this more enough. If you do not fill your life scenario, it means you are planning to fail. So if you do not want to fail, or if you don't plan to fail, then you need to fill out your life scenario, because if you do not, then you will fail miserably. Then the next one, you need to do the daily 8 core with consistently and persistently. Doesn't matter if you make general income or you haven't generated, you still have to do the daily 8 core habits, right? Remember, the first one is reading the book, watch the VOD, use the Atomy product, share the Atomy product, and then attend all the meetings and show the plan, and then deliver the product, consult, and build the trust. This you have to do consistently every day, no matter you like it or not because trying to burden you. You want to this to become a habit. You know, it takes 21 days to create a new things to become a habit. It takes 90 days for these new habits to become your lifestyle. So you want these habits becoming your lifestyle. So if you're not reading the book, you feel something is missing on that day, right? Let's say you smoke. Because your habit is smoking, if you don't smoke, what's going to happen? You feel something is missing, right? So same thing in Atomy. If you are not doing daily 8 core habits, if you don't do this habit, of course, you're not going to be successful. Because successful people and unsuccessful people, they all have habits. So if you want to be successful in Atomy, you must follow these daily 8 core habits, the one I just told you. Then you have to do this religiously, no matter what, because you're trying to convert these new habits into lifestyle. And then you have to duplicate whatever that you're doing. Unless you can duplicate, then of course you have to do this all by yourself. Then you're going to be burnt out, and then probably you're going to give up, right? So what is the difference between movement and progress? A lot of people get confused that they think that, oh, Mike, I'm busy every day and I don't need Atomy and I think I'm fine, right? And that is a sad part, but it is a reality. People are not realizing that they could have a lot of movement, but if the movement is not a progress, it's pretty useless, right? What is a movement? Movement is like a hamster running around in the same wheel over and over for the same thing they're doing. That is a movement. People are like this. Mike, I have 2, 3 jobs. I don't have time for the meeting, for the seminar, for that kind of nonsense, right? I'm trying to work so I can pay my bills. I'm not saying that you have to quit your jobs, right? I didn't quit my job yet. I will this year. But I understand that if I keep running my rat race, where am I gonna be in the next year? On the same spot. Because I am running on the same spot. Because I'm not progressing, right? So don't be proud that you are working 3 jobs, 4 jobs, 5 jobs. If today is the same or even worse than a year ago, you shouldn't be proud of that busyness, of that movement. You should be proud when you are making a progress, just like a climber, like a mountain climber. They know tomorrow they're at least a couple meters higher than yesterday. It's called progress, right? So you need to keep climbing the mountain of Atomy. Remember, there are 7 mountains in Atomy: Sales Master, Diamond Master, Sharon Rose Master, Star Master, Royal Master, Crown Master, Imperial Master. So how many mountains are you climbing? Are you just climbing, just trying to sell everything every day, every month, but not trying to climb the mountain of the one that I just told you? You need to set your pace for progress, not for movement. You could have a lot of activities. You are doing meet up with this group, but if you don't have a target, what you are meeting on that day is pretty much you are doing a movement. You are not progressing. A lot of people getting to meet their consumer and then they chat a little bit about Atomy and then they got carried away. They talk about COVID, politics, and then at the end of like 5 hours, they don't have any result. So when you're trying to do the Atomy meetup, you need to have a result-oriented meeting. You need to know after the meeting, what am I getting? At least you need to set like a topic, what you are going to speak on that meeting or gathering, right? So you need to understand this movement and progress. So how to keep progressing? That is a big question, right? Stop wasting time with negative people. So I'm sure you all have friends, communities that you hang out with, right? If these are the people always negative about everything, especially about Atomy, you need to get out. You don't need to be with them, right? They are not created for you. Remember, eagle only play with eagle. Eagle will never play with chicken, right? So if you feel that you are not progressing because of this community, get out. What about their feeling, Mike? They're gonna be hurt. Do they care about if you are hurt? Let's say your family being stranded on the street and then they care about your family. Think about that. If these are the people that care about your family, stay with them. But if they're not, if they're all negative about everything, especially about Atomy, the business that they are trying to build, get out. Stop wasting time with them. Then invest. So invest in the products. You must use the product because that's one of the daily 8 cores. Invest in yourself for your self-development. What's about the maybe like from YouTube about the character building, right? About Think and Grow Rich book, right? There's so many books online, right? So you have to find those type of books and then you invest yourself to progress or to upgrade every day. And then the last one, invest in your partners. Invest time with them, sit with them, go through their lineages, go through their challenges, right? Invest your time. You're not wasting time with your partners. You're actually investing your time with your partners. Then when you invest, you will harvest. Then always keep checking your why. This is very important because you need your life scenario. That is your why. If you forget your why, just open your life scenario or open your Atomy online account, right? You can open it there. Oh, I need to buy a new house in 3 years. If I don't do Atomy, then I wouldn't have a new house. Then you are going into the Atomy even more inspired than before, right? So you need to keep checking your why, and then you need to do more action than learning, right? This is the 8th step to success. A lot of people after this COVID pandemic are too too comfortable with sitting in front of the camera, maybe turn off the camera and then they just listen, maybe lying down on the bed, couch, and then scrolling Facebook in the meeting, right? They think they're learning. They think they're doing something in Atomy, but you're just wasting your time. If you want to sit in a meeting, open your camera and then listen. Show to your partners that you are actually learning for action, right? A lot of people get this reverse. Nowadays, because of everything online, they just turn it on and then they do something else. After that, they forget what was the topic. Then because they forget the topic, of course, there's no action. And sometimes all the members, they love attending the meeting, but they do nothing. Because action is the one that determines your success, not your learning. Remember, knowledge is not power. A lot of quotes says knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. No, actually, applied knowledge, that is power. Once you know the knowledge, then you apply it into action. That's where the power lies. And you must track your progress, because anything that is not trackable, then of course you're not progressing. How do you track it? Your daily 8 core. You need to track every day how much you are progressing. Like I said, you're the climber. If you're not getting more checks in the next 3 months, it means you're not progressing. Remember, we have 8 checks, right? Every day. Read the book, watch VOD, use the product, and so on and so forth, right? If everything is not checked by the end of 6 months, of course you're not progressing. If you start everything is checked and then at the end you're not checked, of course you are declining. So you need to track your progress every day. This is the daily 8 core habit. And the last one, stop comparing with others, because you are not running other people's races. You are running your own races. So when you look at the mirror in the morning, tell yourself in that mirror, tell that person in the mirror, I'm going to beat you today. You are racing to yourself every day. So do not compare yourself to others. I want to close with these 2 quotes. I always say this. Actually, it's not mine, right? I just quoted from internet, but I forgot who that was. Success is a journey, not a destination, right? Every day, like I said, should be a success for you. It means once you achieve your daily 8 core habits, you could call yourself a successful Atomian, doing the 8 core habits. And then you challenge yourself that you want to give a presentation about 8 steps to success. Then after the presentation, you achieve your success. Remember, once you got your promotion, that is not success. That is just a recognition of your small successes. If you are able to achieve small successes after another, small successes after another, then one day you're going to be recognized. Then that is your journey in Atomy. Then the next one, you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with, right? I'm sure you have heard this quote. If you hang out with 5 successful people, you will be the 6th. If you hang out with 5 idiots people, you will be the 6th. So you will be the 6th. It depends on these 5 people. So choose it wisely. Thank you so much, everyone. My name is Mike Surjadi, Sharon Rose Master. Back to you, Arjoyce. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mike, for that very insightful, right, success story, steps, and of course, your action. So you are a very inspiration, of course, that this is also I used to give a motivation, inspiring quotation that in Atomy, as long as you put that effort into action, effort, vice versa, the success will follow. And I get that quotation words from you as well, Mike. So again, thank you so much for giving us this very, very inspiring talk for today. I believe,
You're welcome.
if you don't mind, they have some questions to ask. Maybe it
Yeah, for
wasn't part
sure.
of the discussion or they wanted to hear us you personally with that. So I'll give it to Arjoyce to tackle the questions. Arjoyce?
Yes, thank you, John. So, Mike, thank you very much for the wonderful sharing.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. This gives us more motivation to push through despite of all the challenges we face in our day-to-day Atomy journey. And I'm really stunned on how you managed to build your business in such a short period of time. But Mike, I was just a bit curious. You mentioned that you always accompany your partners in doing facial demonstrations, right? I just wonder, do you also do facial demonstration yourself? And what is your favorite Atomy skincare?
So before the COVID, that was the time that me and my wife and the teams doing the facial gathering. Of course, I wasn't the one doing the on hand. It was actually my wife, right? She's here. She was the one doing that on hand facial. But I was the one presenting about the ingredients, about the benefits, about everything about the products. Yeah.
Wow, this really shows that a very supportive partner is also going to give us more motivation in doing our Atomy business. So, ladies, we are so lucky that our partners are very supportive to us. And then next, I have another question, Mike. How do you keep going? I mean, what motivates you the most?
First, it is my why. Once you understand why you're doing Atomy, of course, you need to look at your life scenario book, because without your life scenario book, you will forget what is your dream, why you are doing Atomy. Every time that I wanted to quit, I always open my app, open my life scenario. I look at all the 8 points in the life scenario. I said it to myself, if I quit my Atomy journey, then of course I wouldn't have my freedom. Again, like I said, I wasn't in Atomy because of the money in the beginning. But once I achieved the first $70 commission, that changed my view about Atomy, because I never trusted any MLM business. Any MLM business that I used to join, I usually spend more money, and in the end, I lose the money, right? And in Atomy, I just want to prove myself. Let me try to get that one commission, that $70 paycheck. And then I worked really hard in that 2 months. In that 2 months, I wasn't like sleeping 8 hours. I was sleeping like only 2-3 hours every day. I worked 300 hours a month, and I get that $70 paycheck. I was actually show it to my family. Mom, brother, sister, I get this $70 paycheck, and everyone laughed at me. You are crazy, Mike. Your head is out of your skull, right? Your brain. So they said you are making more money than in Atomy. If you just working at McDonald's, how much you're making? At least $150, right, a day. So in Atomy, you work $300 a month, $600 in 2 months. You get only $70. Nobody knew the vision of Atomy, because once you get that paycheck, that is the starting point of your success. If you do not give up. That's why when you write down your life scenario book, you keep looking at it, you keep revising over and over. After you achieve it, you will achieve it. You have that inspiration every morning. If I tell you, Arjoyce, you're gonna be a director. Let's say I am CEO of a company, Google company. You're working as a staff right now. Then I come to you, Arjoyce, in 3 years, I will make you director if you do not quit. In the morning, do you wake up lazy, not inspired, no energy, or you are excited to go to work because you know in 3 years you're going to be director? Same thing in Atomy. Our chairman Park says this: if you do not quit, I will give you $1 million on the States on the forklift. That's my mind every morning. I'm one day closer to that day that I will be receiving $1 million. How can you have no inspiration? How can you be lazy, still browsing? Don't get me wrong. When I started, I still look at my group PV, zero on the left, zero on the right, no general commission. You feel that, right? Everyone has to go to that stage before you get into that success. So if you're not able to pass that stages, of course, you're not gonna get to the end result. I hope that answered the question.
Yes, thank you very much, Mike. Mike, such an enlightenment for all of us. So now, ladies and gents, if ever you may have some questions, this is our opportunity to ask SRM Mike Surjadi. Please unmute yourself or write it on the chat.
I have a I think this is a very, very also common to all of us question, and I would like, I know I already asked this to Mike many times, but for his own experience and for everyone's experience too, and I would like to ask this for others as well, learning at in the future. So for you, Mike, how do you motivate yourself if your uplines are not that very active at on building the business with you? So how do you manage that to really inspire or motivate yourselves, right, to continue to grow and be successful in only a very short period of time, years right now within Atomy?
Thank you, John. I know that's really easily relatable to all of us when you're in Atomy, because we are two legs binary. Eventually, we will have members being spilled over by our uplines, right? I didn't have the background of MLM before. I didn't have the knowledge of what is the right binary system is. But what I understand is when I started this business, I was also being let down by a lot of my sponsors. I feel like that I was working alone. I was nobody was helping in the beginning. Because in the first month, I was able to grow my network from 0 to 100 members. And then on the second month, because Indonesian market is open, from 100 members to 300 members. So if you look at it from the sponsor point of view, what's going to happen? They're looking at one leg is being like an elephant leg, being like bombarded with all this member. If you are in their shoes, do you think you're going to put new members under you? Not at all, right? They're going to keep focusing on their weaker leg. So after I understand that principle, then I said, I don't want to be a selfish partner to them. Of course, I feel like feeling jealous when they're putting other members to their other legs. I feel like, oh, how come you're supporting that leg? But once I understand that principle that, hey, this is my business. If I were in his shoes, I wouldn't putting more member to my strong leg either. I would be focusing on my weaker leg on that at that point, right? So after that, I changed all my mindset, all my views that this is my business. Remember, we are the 001. We are not the ID like 11 million or right now it's like 35 million. No, your ID is 001. If you have an upline helping you putting members, that's blessing. But if you do not, that's a blessing as well. So that means you are entitled of your two groups, left and right. You know that these are your partners. These are the people that you know from the very beginning. That's why a lot of people say this, Mike, when you achieved Sharon Rose Master, how was it? How was the experience? You know, I was invited by a Canadian team and they asked me to share my Sharon Rose Master journey. So I told them, when I tried to become a sales master in May 2019, it was so hard. Like I was the one getting all this 5 million, 2.5 million PV, 2.5 million PV. There are no PVs from the uplines. There's no PV, there are no drop PV, right? So I was the one getting crazy on both legs, getting all this order. And then just the last 3 days, I was still missing 2.1 million out of the 5 million. That's pretty much like 40% missing. So logically, it's not achievable, right? Most people just gave up. You know what? I only achieved 2.9. I'm still missing 2.1. and in the last 3 days, but I didn't give up. I said to myself that I had to work 10 times harder than the last 10 days. So I didn't sleep. I call everyone, I call all my partners worldwide. Back then it was like some in Singapore, some in Australia, some in Indonesia and Canada as well. Help me, help me, help me. What's your help, Mike? What else more? Buy more. So everyone is buying more, In the end, the one that's the weaker leg that is supposed to be, the other leg is already 2.5. I will achieve it 2.5. But the other leg is probably is lacking a lot. That weaker leg ended up 3.1 million, over 600,000. Then I said to them, hey, stop. I don't need PV anymore. You can stop, maybe put it into the next period. You see, when you persevere, when you tell yourself that you will achieve it, you will achieve it. And then Diamond Master, because I know both lines, it's easier for me to talk to both lines, right? Because I know every one of them. Then becoming a Diamond Master, it wasn't as hard as I was becoming a Sales Master, because now I'm working with partners. They are the one getting the Sales Master. I'm just directing them. Okay, here's go, here it went. Then Sharon Rose Master is even easier. Like I was pretty much enjoying every minute of my Sharon Rose Master, because all the partners are doing themselves. They know what they're doing. They just consult to me, Mike, is this the right way to do it? Oh, no, put it there, right? Help that member, get that member commission. So you need to build the business right. First is the mindset. If you always blame your sponsor, your upline is not helping your business, then that will be duplicated down the road. Remember this, you will be that sponsor one day. If you hate your sponsor, one day your member will hate you, right? Remember, you have two legs. Eventually, one leg is bigger than the other. You cannot get away from that. When that happens, let's say you always have this left leg until it becomes heavy. Then do you think you're going to put more members there? Not at all, right? You have new prospect you're going to put on the other leg. Now those members are going to blaming you, John, how come do you leave me alone here? I have nobody here. Then because they see you, not John, they see me hated my uplines, then they're going to hate me as well, right? It's going to be duplicated. So that has to stop. The curse has to stop at us. You are the 001, stop hating the uplines, just work down. If you can duplicate that, you will get to the point where I am easily.
Thank you, Mike. I have another question, Mike, if you don't mind.
No
You are
problem.
a very hands-on leader when it comes to building your partners. How long do you spend to build a partner? I mean, when can you say that they are independent enough to run their own business? And how do you motivate yourself when you encounter a negative partner?
Yeah, so building partners is not an overnight process. It takes years, right? Because, they come and go. We understand that, right? So think about Atomy journey is like an airplane. When you are taking a long airplane, like from maybe UK to Philippines, I don't know, UK to Philippines, probably shorter, but from Canada to Philippines, that's a long way. That's like half the globe. So in order for you to achieve Philippines, you have to stop multiple cities, at least one or two, right? That is a transit point. So every transit point, what happened to the plane? People are going off, people are going in. Same thing with our journey. It is a process. We cannot get away with that. Don't get dismotivated because, oh, my used to be partners, they're gone. Remember this, you have new partners right now. Long time probably gone, some of them, but the new one will come. So we must cherish all the spirit. That's why our company motto says, we cherish the spirit. Don't cherish the old spirit that don't want to do the enemy business. Let them go. But you cherish the new spirit that join the meetings. You can easily identify who are the regular attendees. Oh, these are the regular attendees that always attend no matter what. They always show up the first minute, right? Those are the people that you want to work with. Spend time more with them. Remember the Pareto principle, the 20-80 rules. We only need to work with the 20% of our partners, not the 80%. But this 20% of our partners actually generating 80% of our income. Don't get it in reverse. We always look on these 80 partners that are only generating 20% of our income, wasting all our energy to them. Then at the end, you only get 20%. So we need to identify the ones that keeps attending, the one that always asks the question, the one that always being coachable, right? I'm not saying they don't ask question or they don't argue with you. The one that argues a lot as well. These are the priority that we want to spend time with. Don't work with the wrong crowd.
Thank you very much, Mike. Wonderful. For sure, we can really use that advice and sharing that you just gave us, because all of us are beginner leader, aside from John and Walter, probably. Yeah. So anyone else who has some question for Mike? Kim, I know that you are quiet, but I think you may have some questions there. Ate Kim, do you have some questions? Melba? Donna? Okay, so last one, Mike. I hope you still have time.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
So, Mike, what is next for you after achieving Sharon Rose Master for a very short period of time? Can we expect a new Star Master soon?
Yeah, there's always be on the side. That's the next goal, of course. But every time when I achieve my mastership, I remember when I was a sales master during on the States on November 2019 together with John. On the state, I was saying this to the crowd. My next goal is to make a lot of sales master from my members. Then when I become a diamond master, I told to the crowd that I want to make a new sales master, a new diamond master, if possible. Then of course, the next goal of my Atomy journey is to make a lot of Sharon Rose master, at least a lot of auto sales master under me, right? Because your partner success is your success in Atomy.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Again, Mike, thank you very much for your time. It has been
You're
very
welcome.
fruitful, and we learned a lot of things today. Motivation, we are really motivated. We could really use this on our daily Atomy journey. So team, we can achieve what he has achieved. All we need to do is to believe in ourselves, cherish the spirit, create the vision, follow the faith, and serve in humility. And also, what I've taken note of what Mike said a while ago. Disconnect with negative people, because it will not do you good. If you think that someone is already negative about your Atomy business, disconnect with them and work with the people that are willing to learn, coachable, positive, and willing to be successful with you. So I leave everyone with a very good evening. Mike, good afternoon. Walter, good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for your time, and I wish to see you all soon again. Thank you, everyone.
Okay.